How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News from Tijuana, Mexico. Today is November 18th of the year 2024. We are live from our beautiful city of Tijuana, Mexico, bringing you guys the reality of what we think about this disaster of immigration who has been massively created by this, sorry about the mic, this global compact on migration, this situation that we have explained, that I don't know how many times. Um, I want to, I want to be honest. There has been. I'm putting out a book. I'm taking a little while to put it out. The reason why it is the guy that was writing the book, and the guy that is actually editing and writing the book. He had a little bit of issues, and it's coming out. In this book, I'm explaining all these stories, and all of these stories that I'm going to put out. I want to bring it into the screen so you guys can understand the level of a consequence that hasn't been held accountable and that somebody needs to be held accountable for these crimes against humanity. What the Democrats have done, what the Biden administration has done, what Alejandro Mayorkas has done, what Barack Obama did to bring this globalist compact of immigration into the West has been completely damaging, inhuman, and has created a humanitarian crisis. And the ones that are taken advantage of and the ones that are making billions of dollars, it is the NGOs, it is the organized crime, the cartel, it is individuals that are making profit just out of human misery. Today, I'm going to talk about a story that basically this is why we need mass deportations. A lot of people are saying, Oscar, do you agree with mass deportations? And I'm going to say yes. Why? Because there needs to be an example to be put. I'm a pro-migrant. I believe migration is a human right. And in those human rights, there's laws and there's processes. And we need to obey those laws and we need to obey those processes. But listen to this. Because of these open border policies, a lot of crimes were committed. And now the Democrats, what they're saying it is that what Donald Trump it is going to do, massive deportations, it is completely inhuman. That is what they're saying. The progressive liberals, the mercenary activist liberals, the mercenary left, you don't have no say and you don't have no shame, you hypocritical sons of devil. That's what I will describe you. You don't have no shame and you don't have no ground to say that this mass deportation, it is going to be inhuman when I'm about to show you. It's all of the consequences that you, because of your open border policies, your incentivization to say to everybody in the world, and the narrative that you were bringing that migrating through a place that is not a port of entry, it is okay. Migrating through a non-port of entry, it is okay. Migrating to an open border gap, it is okay. Migrating to a sea, it is okay. Migrating through a river, it is okay. Migrating through a jungle, it is okay. Migrating in the back of a tractor trailer, it is okay. Migrating being smuggled by the cartel and the organized crime, it is okay. I will pick you up in an open border gap. I will have an NGO to pick you up and give you all these wipes and water and all these things that are accommodate you and make you understand that that is okay, that is a normalized conduct. What you guys have done, it is crimes against humanity. That is the crime against humanity. And somebody needs to be held accountable immediately as soon as Donald Trump steps into office. Those people need to be held accountable. Stop the global compact on migration. Stop the federal grants to these NGOs. Investigate all these NGOs. Do an audit on every single one of them and find out who was incentivizing this conduct to be normalized and to continue. This conduct of walking on caravans for kilometers, putting children at risk. Now you are coming out. MSNBC, Democracy Now!, Daily Beast, ABC, CBS. This mass deportation is going to be a persecution to migrants. How many of them crossed irregularly through a non-port of entry? And it was normalized by your conduct. This conduct took away a lot of lives, caused a lot of catastrophe, incentivized the cartel to grow in Colombia like you don't even imagine, worldwide. And this is a story that I'm going to put out for all of you, New York Times, all of you that you're pandering and saying, oh, this is inhuman, mass deportations. This is your inhuman. This right here. You're not going to tell me, and you're not going to come and educate me on what is going on in immigration in the world. I have way more and vast experience than you. You might have a beautiful building that you work, all these New York Times writers and all these rich, journalists that they live on nice buildings on top of, nice first-class world cities like New York, Chicago, and you work for a progressive, mercenary, liberal outlet, and you gather your information and you say, I got my contacts. I don't need no contacts. I go to the place. I go to the epicenter. I suffered the consequences. Multiple times the cartel has wanted to take away my life. And it was because of the glory of God I have saved my life. 4 times I have been in the most dangerous place for migrants, that is the Darien Gap, and I have walked that with my brother, Ben Berquam. In these places, and in this particular place of the Darien Gap, we have found horrible stories. And these are the stories that need to be told for every single migrant to be educated to say, enough is enough. Enough of these politicians and these globalists pushing this agenda for people to continue to understand that they should denigrate themselves to that level, into this level that you see on screen, to lose their lives and to migrate to a jungle and make it look like it's okay. And this is the way to get to a better place. Instead of constructing and fighting and pushing in their own country for a better law, for better education, better security, and pushing other countries to help. Or instead of building a program or a humanitarian canal where people can migrate correctly, not insanely and ludicrous, risking their lives like this. This story that I'm going to put right here on the screen is a pregnant woman. In our third journey through the Darien Gap, this goes to all of you Democrats, progressive mercenary liberals, progressive mercenary inhuman activists, white, Hispanic, and black liberals. This goes for you. That you are going to be manifesting and protesting for mass deportations. I never saw you in the middle of the Darien Gap walking and seeing these kind of catastrophes. You need to be held accountable for these crimes because you normalize this conduct. This is a pregnant woman. Pregnant woman. In our third journey through the Darien Gap, it was the most difficult one. Ben Berquam was sick. I got sick with initiations of malaria. And it was impossible to continue the journey because it was difficult. It was raining season, and inside of the jungle was so difficult, so hard to continue to walk. As we were going on our third day, migrants were telling us again, like the second journey, there were people assaulting, raping, and abusing migrants in the middle of the jungle. And we were fast forwarding with the heroic agents of Centerfront, which I believe Centerfront is the most beautiful, honest, and brave institution of border agents in the world. With all respect to Border Patrol, with all respect to the authorities of Mexico. The Panamanian authorities are well prepared for these kind of catastrophes and these kind of situations. We were at a fast pace, trying to catch up again to the criminals that they were assaulting and raping in the middle of the jungle. And as we were going there, we got 1 minute late to catch them right there at the moment that they were assaulting. And these natives, Indians, they scattered into the jungle. They know their pathways. And they got lost. And they escaped. But as soon as they escaped, the one that was leading the platoon, the one that was leading the group of agents, Subteniente Guerra, that is kind of like a Lieutenant Guerra, he told me, Oscar, we need to camp here. And there's like 1,000 migrants that we just saved them from being raped and abused by these criminals. We need to tell those migrants to camp over there, and we're going to camp right here on the left. And we will see what we'll do tomorrow, because it's going to rain really hard, and it is going to be really difficult to get out of here alive. And I told Ben, as he was being stubborn, we need to go up the mountain, Oscar. We need to cross. I said, you're not in good conditions to continue to walk, brother. He was sick. In the middle of the night, around 2 o'clock in the morning, a thunderstorm hit us in the middle of the jungle. Bad. It's raining nonstop. We woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. They woke us up and they said, like, hey, it's time to walk, like every day. Time to walk. 5 o'clock in the morning, since 6 o'clock in the morning, started walking all the way to midnight, all the way to the sun is out, 6 o'clock in the evening. And as we woke up, it was a monster. A river grew like a monster in the middle of the Darien. And I told my brother, Ben, we cannot continue. You know this, right? If we go up this mountain that is called Caña Blanca, we are going to die. And he said, yes, I understand, brother. We need to go back. But more than that, he told me we need to go back because all these people are going to die. The 1,000 migrants, if they were not led out by the 6 agents of Centerfront and us, that we were documenting that, Ben Berquam, myself, and the camera guy, all of those people should have died. They would have died. As we were in the middle of the jungle, a lot of the migrants, they were telling us there was a pregnant woman that apparently lost her life in the middle of the jungle. And we need to return to see if she's okay. You know, the agents specifically said so we can send the coordinates or where the body is located. As we were walking back, it was the most horrible day. Possibly my PTSD, it is never going to go away that day. Seeing children suffering, seeing children drowning, multiple decomposed bodies that we saw, multiple mudslides, the difficulty of doing something that I've never done in my life. And the difficulty that I'm telling you about, it is now I had to let go of being a journalist and I had to carry children out of rivers, carry them and carry them out and carry people and carry women. Because it's my natural instinct as a human being, as a son of God, as a son of Jesus, as a follower of Jesus. I cannot bear to see somebody drowning and only 6 agents helping more than 1,000 people to cross the rivers. Continuous rivers. And this goes out to all of you that you're against mass deportations at this particular moment, because you have caused this mess. This mess that you will see here, you have caused it. Nobody else. You're the provocateur. You're the consequence. You are the one that needs to be held accountable. For people that are watching, just joining in, God bless you all. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. Share the video, like the video. Buy me a coffee is right there, pin in the chat. I'm about to be traveling soon. Hope that you can donate and contribute to our work. Let me play this video. Imagine seeing a decomposed body like this. So we were crossing a river. As we were crossing a river, Agent Guerra tells us, Oscar, the body of the pregnant woman is right there. It's a body. And I crossed the river and I said, I crossed this river right here that you see people crossing with a rope right there in the middle. Imagine crossing and seeing this body with your child. Look, they're crossing with children in the back of the backpack. Imagine doing that and seeing a body right there in the middle of the jungle. At this particular time, we did not know who this body was or who was this body belonged to. If it was a woman, if it was a man. But imagine doing this and you have to do your work. So you just rescued a bunch of people. We just got all these people out, got all these children out. This is our 3rd journey, not even our 4th. This is our 3rd journey. got all these people out. Other than helping, also we had to document, also we had to do our coverage. And we did not know who this woman was. And this is the consequence of open border policies, Alejandro Mayorkas, Kamala Harris, and Joe Biden. This is in your hands. This blood is in your hands. And now you're crying because of mass deportations. You have caused this. This is bad. This is sad. Never shown this video because this video is extremely graphic. And hope that I don't get, flag or something like that. But imagine doing our work like that. Imagine me just doing this. Trying to remain calm and trying to do this.
Come on, for Real America's Voice News, see people on the back crossing the river. And this is the result of open border policies. With all these humanitarians, all these NGOs, that they are making a benefit in the borders with Mexico and the United States, they don't care about the result in this. This is the decomposed body, second decomposed body, presumably a woman by the entity of Haiti. The other body that we saw it yesterday. This is what open border policies will do. They don't care about human life. They don't care about people migrating to the Darien Gap. They only cared about their profit and completely destroying borders. Not only that, they don't care about people not living and dying consistently in this jungle. This is the result. Look at the people yelling, trying to cross the river. This is how aggravated this is. Continuously. And I cannot bear to show you children crossing right now this river, this current. And there's a body right here. There's a body right here laying down. As we are talking about that, there people are risking their lives. People are more risking their lives. Stop with this. Stop with these open border policies. Joe Biden, Alejandro Mayorkas, you're the one that is doing this. Not only through your country, but through all South America and the world. People are dying because of your open border policies. Oscar Blue, Ben Berquam, for Real America's Voice News in the middle of the jungle. Sadly, reporting this kind of news for all of you guys.
Imagine doing that. Imagine us doing that. And now these progressive mercenary activist liberals, just listening to them and saying, oh, the mass deportations to the bad people, it's really bad. We need to defend their human rights. You were never here for this pregnant woman. And this is the most sad story about it. Let me just tell you. This pregnant lady right here that passed away, she had 3 to 4 months of pregnancy. The most saddest story about this is the thing that I'm about to explain to you. The most sad story about this is that the baby that she had inside of her for 3 to 4 months, that baby only got to understand what is life and what is pain. That baby never knew what is love. That baby never knew what is care. That baby never came out and breathed fresh air. That baby never cried. That baby only experienced what the mother was experiencing. Pain, suffering, hurt. But you got all these progressive mercenary liberals advocating to continue with this. These NGOs putting maps in the migrant camps outside of the Darien Gap. Come through this, come through here. Keep paying the cartel. This woman with her baby in her stomach lost her life because the cartel told her it is easy. You should do it. You got a big opportunity. Go over there. A normalized conduct. A normalized conduct that it was spread by a false agenda, the global compact on migration that left the progressive mercenary activist liberals, Alejandro Mayorkas, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and all of these people that they are for open borders. Alexandra Ocasio, you should be held accountable for this. Rashida Tlaib, you should be held accountable for this. Ilhan Omar, you should be held accountable for this. Gavin Newsom, you should be held accountable for this. Veronica Escobar, you should be held accountable for this. Chuck Schumer, You should be held accountable for this. Jerry Nadler, you should be held accountable for this. Alejandro Mayorkas, you should be incarcerated for crimes against humanity. Kamala Harris, you should be incarcerated for crimes against humanity. And Joe Biden, you should be prosecuted for crimes against humanity. This is a woman that was pregnant in the middle of the Darien Gap, and her baby never experienced life. Never. Never experienced love. The only thing that little baby inside of this woman, God rest her soul, experienced was an illusion and pain. An illusion that it was implemented by a system. And the system, it is open borders. We have been in the middle of this. In the middle of it. We have asked migrants, where do you think that it's much easy to cross? And they say the river. Just a couple of days ago, I saw a couple of migrants in the middle of the river in Piedras Negras, Coahuila, complaining that the border agents on the other side, they were not letting them in. And the border agents were telling them, go to the other side, go to the port of entry. Go to the port of entry, saying, no, they're trying to just play with us. We're not going over there. They're not going to let us in. We got to go to a process over there. No, we got to cross through here. It's a normalized conduct that it has been spread by your false agenda to all these leftists, mercenary, Marxist, communist, socialists. This has been you. This, your false education to all of our people, Latino people, to make us understand that we need to denigrate ourselves, to walk through the Darien Gap, a jungle, to cross in the back of a truck, to be smuggled in traffic back of the tractor trailer, to walk in a caravans for kilometers and kilometers and kilometers. Now you're complaining about mass deportation. Why you never complain about this? Why? The disaster, the environmental disaster that you caused to a jungle, the disaster of people dying in the middle of the jungle, the crimes, the exacerbated trafficking of people, the organized crime and the cartel that they're making. I have never heard you, to all of you that you're complaining how much the cartel that is making of billions of dollars out of fentanyl and out of trafficking of children and trafficking of women and trafficking of men through all potential borders in the whole continent. You don't talk about that because that is your end game, to keep profiting out of human misery, to continue with your disgusting agenda. It is sad to explain this, but it's also, more upsetting that a lot of these people are going to be used to protest inside of the United States of America, to manifest against the mass deportation. Of course, there's not going to be mass deportation to all. Stop misinforming. To all of you, there's a couple of bloggers and TikTokers that they're going at it saying, oh my God, they're going to mass deport everybody. They're going to do this. No, they're not. They're going to do a mass deportation for people that they cheated. Is that not wrong? Cheating is not wrong. When have we realized that cheating, it is okay? When have we realized that lying, it is okay? When have we realized that committing an illicit and illegal act, it is okay? When have we normalized that? And you know who normalized that? The Democrats. Instead of calling illegal entry into the United States of America, they have taken away that word illegal and they have put irregular, because you decrease the level of the crime of illegal entry, and that is going to completely disappear if the Democrats still in government. So that is why you have all these NGOs and all these people lifting their hands immediately. It is a conduct that has been normalized. I don't blame anybody to come in for a better life. I want a better life. Everybody wants a better life. But you're an economical migrant, the majority. And if you're an economical migrant, there's a process for that. And if you're a refugee and asylee, of course, you have a big possibility of entering the country, proving credible fear. But for going to another country to expect the doors are going to be wide open for you to go in and have a better life and better opportunity for a job, that has a process, brother. There's a lot of good people coming in. A lot of good people. I have seen it. There's no lie about it. But there's a lot of bad people also. I've seen it, walk with it. You're not going to cheat on me. You're not going to tell me it's a lie. No, I have seen it. I have seen multiple times. And, I have seen multiple times this. Good people walking, bad people walking. Multiple times. And, the good people, they just want to go and get a better life. We understand that. But this false education by the Democrats have created this. They have created this disaster. And because they created this disaster, now they are upset that they want to fix the problem, the disaster, the crisis. Now they're completely upset. And now they want to fix it. Now they want to fix it. Now they're upset. Like, no. Why you want to fix it? That's wrong. What you're doing right now is completely inhuman. This is inhuman. This video that I just shown you, it is inhuman. This right here, us doing our work in the middle of the Darien, children crossing in the back of a river, decomposed body on the right, and sadly reporting this. Sadly reporting that. And now all these people, they just want to complain about mass deportation when they have been the ones provoking this problem for years. Under the Biden administration, I have said it so many times, is where more migrants have died between the limitations of Mexico and the United States. Under the Biden administration is where more migrants have been trafficked, have been abused, have been extortion, have been kidnapped. Because he opened the door. Kamala Harris opened the door. Alejandro Mayorkas not taking accountability for accepting his fault. And the number one problem that this administration has done, it is that you call this a challenge. God rest the soul of this woman with her pregnant child. Hope that she is in heaven with her pregnant child. But let me tell you, is that a challenge right there to all you progressive liberals? That woman, do you consider that a trophy or what? Because you call it a challenge. It is a humanitarian crisis that is occurring around the whole continent. We understand. But you're causing and you're normalizing the conduct for people to migrate through irregular pathways that they are completely inhuman, man. Completely inhuman. Jeez, Lord. I have seen bad things. And our third journey through the Darien was bad. Tomorrow I'm going to do a video of the assault and the gunfight that we were in the middle of the jungle. I'm going to do it tomorrow. At around 10 o'clock a.m. West Coast time, I will be live and showing every single one of you the reality of this, of the experiences that we have gone through. A gunfight in the middle of the jungle with cartel of Clan del Golfo of Colombia, that they were assaulting, raping, abusing migrants. We recorded that. And all of that provoked by these open border policies. The border's not open, yeah, but you continue to accept people through non-ports of entry. What is that? Oh, yeah, but they're coming in and these are legal asylum. Excuse me. You're not coming in through a right port of entry. You romanticizing this conduct, romanticizing and normalizing this conduct, it creates a crisis. And the crisis exacerbates until people losing their lives. The crisis exacerbates for people losing continuously their lives. This is about saving lives. It's not about taking lives. It's not about continue to live out of human misery and out of humanitarian disaster. There's a comment right here that I'm going to put on the screen. 31 minutes going in. And this comment, it is absolutely accurate. I have been saying this for past years since I started continuously, spreading the word about this. There needs to be accountability. There must be accountability. Yes. If there's no accountability, there's not going to be an example. If there's no example that what you have committed is a crime against humanity, well, this is going to be just washed under the river, water under the river. And nobody's going to care about the people that they have lost their lives. Nobody's going to stop these crimes against humanity to stop. For these people to stop abusing people. And for these progressive, mercenary, disgusting individuals to continue to normalize this conduct and to educate people around the world that you need to go through a jungle to get to the United States of America. How crazy is that? Thank you so much for joining in. Somebody saying you're heavily censored. Yes, I understand. In Facebook, I don't, for people that are watching me on Facebook, I'm going live on Facebook just for courtesy. I shouldn't be live at Facebook. I should be live at Rumble. But I'm going live at Facebook just for courtesy, really, because that's where I started, doing all these live streams and all this kind of stuff. And I'm continuing for respect of my audience in Facebook. Facebook just completely has censored my page, and it's just inevitable. I'm not going to do anything about it. It's enough is enough. So we understand that. Hope that the information can get out there. We are well educated on this subject. Well educated, more than a lot of people. Way more than a lot of people. A lot of people that they are just jumping on the bandwagon for 2 to 3 years. We have been rolling with this for years now. And we know what the consequences are. And plus, we are over here in the epicenter in Mexico. And I've been through Central America, South America, to places that we need a lot of courage and a lot of presence to say, we are not going to accept this agenda that you guys are putting. And it is difficult to not fight the left media, but to make them understand that you have your point of view. I have my point of view. And not because I'm a Latino and I'm a Mexican, it means that I have to agree with your progressive, mercenary, liberal, ideology. It's not acceptable. I am not going to accept that. And we have been heavily attacked by left media, punished by them, putting our lives at risk. Activist writers trying to get us killed because we are against this, man. We're against crimes against humanity, and they want to normalize this conduct because they're sponging out money out of it, man. They're sponging millions out of this. It's crazy. It's absolutely ludicrous what they're doing. But this conduct needs to be stopped to be normalized. And second of all, there needs to be consequences. The consequences, these people need to be held accountable for the crimes that they have done in our continent and in our people. Let us read comments. I'm going to read some comments, and then I will stop and I will make this same video. I'm going to show it in Spanish. So I'm going to do the same video in Spanish for my audience in Spanish. Gracias, Oscar, por todo lo que haces y por toda la información que das. Yo te veo siempre. Estos mercenarios liberales son los culpables de todo este sufrimiento. Saludos, Laurecio Pérez. Saludos para ti, mi hermano. Muchas gracias. Let's see, en español y en inglés, como quieran. In Spanish and English, I will read some comments. Chris Baines, Oscar, you need to get in contact with someone in Trump's team. God will lead the way. I'm not in charge of I'm not in charge of my life. That is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ who is in charge. He will put the right moment at the right time. I don't force anything, man. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, God is putting me at the right moments in the right places, so I can give the news. I told God a long time ago, use me so I can be a tool for you. And if He's using me at these moments and these places where it's extremely risky, that's all we need. At this, if it comes, it comes. When it comes, it will come. And then when it'll come, I will promise you to all of my audience, I am really well prepared, and we're not going to back down from these crimes against humanity that they have committed. Go ahead. Purpose of the other accounts, Facebook is. Let's see. I would like to see you in the White House, Assistant President Trump. Who wouldn't? That will be a blessing. Amen, Oscar. God bless. Godspeed, brother. God bless you also. Thank you so much for joining in. Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. I'm about to end this live feed and go live in Spanish. Immediately after I finish this live feed, I just need to put the Instagram app into this application. Trumpinator, Oscar, I hope you're protected. I have one protection, and that is the one from Jesus. That's the one that we have. So that's the number one protection that we have, and that's the only one that we need. So, we try to do our best with that. God bless you all. Buy me a coffee. It is right there, pinned in the chat for people to want to contribute it and donate to our travel fund. It's right there. Oh my God, Miss Eva. Like always, thank you so much. God bless you, Miss Eva. God bless your dear heart. There you have it. Thank you so much for joining in. Stay safe. It has been a pleasure talking to you guys. It has always been a pleasure to talk to you guys, and hope that this information will help people understand that everything that is going to happen from this point on, it has been a consequence of bad decisions and bad policies. That's about it. It is not fear-mongering. It is not creating hysteria. It is not a conspiracy theory. It is not white supremacy, white imperialism. It is not xenophobic, transphobic, homophobic, pronoumphobic, fatphobic, racist, fascist, narcissist, bigot, Zionist, from the river to the sea, la, 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 will be free. In CIA, infiltrated agent propagandist. It is not that. It is a reality. And I hope that the ones that they use this language, hope that you can have, you grab your boots on and go to the places that we have been and do the work that we have done. I encourage you to do that. So possibly you can have a change of heart and stop doing what you're doing. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, God's plan, it is our mission. Stay safe, everybody.